is a Trade Talk update on Brownfield. I'm Larry Lee. And joining us today, we have John Lawrence with AGI SureTrack. When it comes to data management, this man could probably help you. I understand this all started with your bin management system and expanded from there. Tell us a little bit about AGI SureTrack.
Yeah, that's right, Larry. We started with, we were the first in the industry to provide moisture and temperature sensors in a grain bin, specific to the variety of commodity that's inside that bin. And from there, on our platform, we've expanded our offerings to our customers to provide them the information, the data on what to do with that grain, how it's managed, and then do we have a product to sell to the marketplace that is of good quality?
So, as you develop this system, starting with properly storing grain and then tying it into how to better market it, did you have any issues with maybe getting it to work in a way that farmers can use it without any concerns about their data leaving the farm or with not finding the appropriate markets? How did you get
Sure.
all the bugs of getting this ready to go?
Well, there's a few bugs, in anything startup, but with our system, the number one thing with our ownership of starting this company was it has to be easy. It has to be user friendly. And so it literally is simple as using your smartphone or a tablet or your laptop. We use the data communications of a cell tower. So we put a little cell communicator on top of the bin, and that goes directly into our servers, which is an encrypted network. And then from there, our customers have their own unique username and password to log in. We, as their consultant, if you will, and working with them year after year on their grain management and their platform, we have access to their system, but we don't share, sell, or market our customers' data. Okay, they own the data. And so they are in full control of what's going on the farm of data collection and how they choose to use it.
So the cellular sensor or transmitter that's with the sensors in the bin, you're keeping track of, I would imagine, everything from moisture to how much is in the bin. And with that, the farmer has everything at his fingertips and can do with what he needs to do.
Absolutely. So it is a fully automated system. It's known as Bin Manager as our product name, and we're interfacing the fans. And it's literally the customer plugs in his targets. So he's going to input that I have corn in this bin, right down to the variety. So whether it be a DeKalb, Pioneer, whomever, and he's going to then set his target of what he wants, whether it be I want my grain to dry down to 15 moisture, and then I want it for safe storage temperature of 40 degrees. And so he sets that system and allows the intelligence of the system to get that grain to his targets and interface with the fans. And he has the abilities to see that data on, again, his smartphone, tablet, or computer.
Let's say the farmer has the bin tied into your system. He can see what's going on in that bin. Can anybody else see what's going on in that bin, or does the farmer have control of who gets the information and data released?
The farmer has complete control over that, Larry. Again, I will mention that I, as my advocate for my customers, I do have vision to his bins for assistance and for help. I also have a full staff of inside customer support and customer tech support. Okay. But as far as his data, he owns it and he belongs to it. He has direction. Now, if he chose to electronically, say he's under contract to grow popcorn for a popcorn company, he has the ability electronically to share vision of his bin that has popcorn in it, not all, just that one popcorn bin. He can share that with an end use market, but it is totally up to him and it is his discretion whether or not he allows them in to see his system.
I would imagine that having a system like this can give that grower a lot of flexibility as far as who he wants to market to, what kind of price he can get for that at the right time, pull the trigger on that sale when it's the smartest time to do so.
Absolutely. And a part of the platform, Larry, is our markets pillar. And in the markets pillar, we're providing him the cash bid prices up to a 300-mile radius from his farm. We're providing him, who's ever reporting cash bids on the internet, we're capturing that and filtering it down to his farm. And within that, he can put his input costs in on hauling it if he does his trucking himself or hires out trucking. He can put all of those input costs in, and the system will net out what his profit is per each one of those cash bids out there. And so it will literally provide him his best price, his closest price, and the highest price. Sometimes they're the same, but sometimes they're not. And having that information on his platform at his fingertips, now he's got the power. Now he has the abilities to choose when to market, how to market, and who to.
It sounds like you've taken a lot of the office headache work out of the job because the system is not only keeping track of what's in the bin, but it's showing all the opportunities around him for the best place to get the best price without the old fashioned way of digging out the calculator and the pencil.
That's right. That's right. And so, we always have heard of, data collectors on the farm. There's programs out there that can collect data, but our company has always stood, okay, how does that impact the customer, the farm? And so we've always taken the attitude of we've collected the data. Now, what do we do with it? What does it tell me to do? And how can I use that to make decisions that will impact my farm? And so by knowing that information, he can, back in his input costs. He can literally schedule a program or a quicken books, if you will, of where he sits today based on market trends and based on market pricing.
I know when I've talked to some dairy producers in the past, I know one of their biggest problems is getting different types of software to interface and share data just to run the farm. Sounds like you've solved that problem.
Yeah, literally from seed selection all the way to markets. It's all on one platform. It's all tied together. And so he can literally see where his inventories are and what his profits and losses are as the grain sits in the bin.
Anyone who wants to find out more about AGI SureTrack system, what did they do? Who should they call?
Well, Larry, we have a tremendous website, www.agisuretrack.com. Go ahead and click on that website. If they're not familiar with the sales representative in their area, we have a little drop down, find a salesperson, plug in their zip code, and it will direct them to with phone numbers to the salesperson in their area, or they can simply call the office and say, I'm a farmer in Minnesota. I'd like to talk to my local rep about your products.
Is there anything you'd like to add today, John?
Larry, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you allowing us to do this. I think that moving forward, the future of managing grain is going to continue to be a large issue. One of the things that we really didn't have a chance to talk about today, and maybe at a future time, is the composition of the grain, the quality of the grain, and providing that information to the end use buyers so that they can see, yep, I'm providing quality and I'm providing quality grains to the marketplace.
And let's not overlook something. This product you offer is not just corn, it's just about anything.
That's correct. Yeah, there's well over 177 different commodities that we manage in bin and many more. So it really follows under the science of EMC, or equilibrium moisture content. any grain's ability to absorb or desorb moisture at a given relative humidity and temperature.
John Lawrence is with AGI SureTrack, joining us on today's Trade Talk Showcase. I'm Brownfield's Larry Lee. Thanks for listening.